previously in the last segment, there was a moment where you said two things. One, you mentioned dead bodies. You've seen dead bodies before.
Yeah.
And also you mentioned that you had seen someone relatively close in point blank range get their brains blown out.
Yeah.
Get shot.
Yeah.
Now, people watch movies.
Yeah.
People play video games.
Yeah.
And they see death all the time.
Yeah.
Violence all the time. People shooting each other, people dying, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Is there a difference? And I respectfully ask you this, if you can answer it. Is there a difference from when someone gets shot point blank range in a movie or a video game, or you see a dead body in a movie or a video game versus in real life?
Yeah, it's a big difference. Like, see, in a video game or some shit like that, it's just pow, and he dead. But in real life, he don't die as soon as that bullet hit him. 9 times out of 10, if a nigga get shot, nigga don't even feel that shit. You know what I'm saying? Nigga don't even feel that shit till after the adrenaline stop rushing. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's DOA, you know, unless it's dead on arrival. As soon as the bullet pierces your skull, you're dead. You know what I'm saying? But it's very different. You know what I'm saying? Like my CEO, he got shot recently. They shot my studio up. And he saved my life. I ain't lying, he saved my life. I was in his truck sleep. You know what I'm saying? I was in his truck sleep. And he woke me up. He like, man, shake back, man. Get off your pockets, man, shake back. And I was like, man, you know what, I am tripping. Let me shake the fuck back. So I jumped out the truck, or the driver's side of the truck, and I went in the studio. And as soon as I opened the studio door, they come through spinning with the sticks. They come through spinning with the sticks, and they shot his truck up and shot him in the truck. But his adrenaline was rushing so bad, he jumped out the truck and run in the studio. When he run in the studio, he collapsed right in front of me. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't die, and he was calm. You know what I'm saying? He was calm as a motherfucker. He was talking to us. He like, man, take this money out of my pocket. I got like 5 G's in my pocket. Like, take the money out of my pocket. You know what I'm saying? And he was conscious. You know what I'm saying? And then I had another case where, you know, my homeboy got shot in his head, point blank range, and died on the passenger side of my car. You know what I'm saying? And like that shit they see on TV, like that shit ain't real. When somebody get their brains blowed out, that shit look like noodles. You know what I'm saying? That shit splatters and go everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And your adrenaline be rushing so fast to where like you don't, how I'm gonna put this? You don't really react to it right away until like after the fact. Like when my homeboy got shot, we was going to buy drugs, and it was a drug deal going bad. They tried to rob us. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I wear the Rolex, cause I got hit in my arm, like right here. That's why I wear the Rolex to watch to cover up that scar. But I happened to be on the passenger side this time, and he was the driver. And it was some window shit, some window transaction shit, but it was never a drug deal, it was an ambush, you know what I'm saying? So I had my arm sitting on the glove compartment like this, you know what I'm saying? So when the nigga, he got the dope, he finna give it to him, and the nigga stuck the gun through the car, like through the window, the driver's side of the window, and he, like my homie got his hand like his, about to give him the dope. And he expected him to throw the money on his lap, cause that's how he moved. You know what I'm saying? And dude snatched the dope out of his hand and went to shooting in the car. Boom, 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 boom. You hear me? When he went to shooting in the car, he hit him in his head. You know what I'm saying? He hit him in his head. When he hit him in his head, he also hit me in my hand right here. And the bullet went in right here and came out right here. You know what I'm saying? But after being shot in his head, he still drove like 5 or 6 miles before he died and leaned over on the steering wheel. You know what I'm saying? So, like that video game shit where they think a nigga get shot and just drop dead, like that shit just for TV, son. Like, niggas, once your adrenaline get rushing, son, you really don't even feel that shit. You don't feel that shit. You don't feel that shit till after your adrenaline stop rushing. I didn't even know I was shot till I lit a cigarette. You know what I'm saying? We getting away. I'm like, damn, nigga just hit us. You know, I go to light the cigarette, my fucking wrist bleeding, bust open. Like, they had to stitch my shit back up. You hear me? But I ain't feel it. Like, I ain't even know I was shot. You know what I'm saying? So, it's way different from a video game. They think blood gonna splatter and skeet out everywhere. No, it's gonna be a little bitty hole that go through your head. You know what I'm saying? A little bitty hole, about a 9mm size hole, they gonna go through your head. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be like your head gonna pop or no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just gonna be like a little bit of hole that go through your head. And your mind is powerful. Your mind got the power to, damn, I don't know how to say this. Your mind got the power to not feel pain at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll go numb. You hear me? This man drove about 5 miles after taking a bullet to his temple. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the passenger side riding 5 miles, not even knowing my fucking wrist split open. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's way different from a video game from that shit happening in real life. In video game, they don't got no adrenaline rushing and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? But in real life, you'll go in fucking stealth mode. And you know what I'm saying? You been took like 50, 30 shots and still be able to move and cooperate and get out the hole. You know what I'm saying? So it's a big difference, you know what I'm saying? It's a big difference. You gotta experience that shit, man. You gotta experience that shit. But yeah, it's different as a motherfucker. Like, it's way different from that shit you see on TV and them shit that be in them video games. I know niggas who been shot in their head multiple times and drove themselves to the hospital. You know what I'm saying? So, like, your mind, you got the power to not feel pain at all.
Now, also with video games and movies, there are people that they can see blood and squirting blood and blood splattering, that sort of thing in a movie video game doesn't faze them. They see it, blood splatter, this, that, and the third in real life. You had mentioned noodles as brains.
Yeah.
That can make somebody in real life who thought, oh, that's not a big deal in a movie or video game, that can make somebody queasy, that can make somebody want to vomit, that can make a person have that type of reaction versus you see blood and gore and guts and stuff on a screen.
Those type of people who vomit and throw up and shit like that, that's because they never seen no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Nigga walk in this bitch and blow your brains out right now. I'm not gonna throw up. I'm not gonna vomit. My first big reaction gonna be, you know, I'm trying to come up out this bitch. Like, I ain't gonna throw up, you know what I'm saying? But that be from people who've never experienced those type of situations. Like, you gotta think about the niggas in the army. You know, they in combat and they in the mine or whatever, and they shooting, you know what I'm saying, and the nigga right next to him head get blew off. He ain't gonna hurl, he gonna tuck his head in, you know, cause it's natural to him, you know what I'm saying? It's natural to him, you know what I'm saying? And that's just how that shit be when you in the streets. That shit just becomes natural to you, like death is forever present. So, like, I don't know how to explain. I don't wanna say I'm fucked up, you know what I'm saying? Cause I got a good heart, you know what I'm saying? I'm a good dude, you know what I'm saying? But I just don't have no fear. Like that shit don't scare me. That shit don't bother me because I grew up seeing that shit. You know what I'm saying? I grew up seeing that shit. So that shit is nothing to me, man. That shit is nothing to me. Nothing at all, man.
The first time you seen a dead body or seen some very gruesome guts and brains and that sort of thing, did you have a reaction such as vomiting or queasiness, or before you got used to seeing stuff like that in real life?
No, I used to watch a lot of hood movies and shit. And, you know, in a lot of hood movies, they have, you know, the fake blood and shit around them and shit. But the first time I actually seen a dead body, God rest his soul, his name is Alan Thomas. He had got hit by a car in my neighborhood, like a street over from where my house was. And then, when he got hit by the car, his head, like the car, like ain't no sidewalks in my hood. It's like real trench shit. So when Alan got hit by the car, he came over the hood, like the car coming like this Alan. He came, his head bounced off the hood, and when he bounced back up, his head hit the pavement and split open. You know what I'm saying? His head hit the pavement and split open. And you know, his blood and his brains and shit leaking out. You know what I'm saying? So I run down the street and I see that shit. I didn't get queasy. I didn't hurl or nothing. You know, I was more angry about the shit than sick to my stomach. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, that nigga just killed my people with a car. You know what I'm saying? I was more angry about this shit than getting queasy to my stomach, cause I done seen niggas get shot. You know what I'm saying? So it's like natural, man. It's like natural.
One thing that's you can't get from a video game or TV is a smell. Is there a stench? Is there an odor? Is there a smell that comes with a dead body or somebody getting shot and dying?
It depends on how long the person has been deceased. When you first get shot, or you first get hit with a bullet or some shit, you don't develop a smell till your body starts to decay.
Have you ever smelled a dead body that was decaying before?
Yeah.
I have never personally smelled that. From what I hear of people that have smelled it before, they say it's an odor that you'll never forget.
Yeah, you'll never forget. It had a junkie die in my neighborhood. He died in an abandoned house. He overdosed on heroin. Nigga ain't even know he was in that bitch dead. A nigga went in that bitch with a hot plate trying to cook some dope. And the nigga was in the back room dead with a needle in his arm. He had been there for so long, he had started to decay. And the stench, like I'll never forget that smell. You know what I'm saying? That stench of a rotting corpse. You know what I'm saying? I'll never forget that smell.
Can you describe that smell?
It smell like, how I can put this? It should smell like 40 dead rats. That shit smell like 40 dead rats. You know how a dead rat smell?
I'm not personally familiar.
It smell like 40 dead, nasty rats. That's how it smell. But that shit, all that murder and shit, that shit nasty to me. Like that shit don't scare me at all, son. Like my biggest fear to me is dying without having a chance to make sure my daughter financially stable. Like that's my biggest fear. Cause I have a daughter, I have a little girl. Shout out to Anaya Janae Robinson, Daddy loves you. You know what I'm saying? My biggest fear is to leave this earth Because my daughter's 1, she'd be 2 in November. But my biggest fear is leaving this earth and not leaving her financially stable. Like, if I die right now, I'm not gonna be completed my mission. Yeah, she gonna have a couple $1,000 saved up, but that's not no lifetime. You know what I'm saying? That's one of my biggest fears. But other than that, I done pretty much done everything I wanted to do, man. I done been around celebrities. I done pop bottles, fuck models. You know what I'm saying? I done pretty much done everything I want to do. I live for my daughter now. You know what I'm saying?
You sound very desensitized to death. Do you think you were desensitized from personally watching these hood movies and stuff like that? Or do you think you were desensitized after you've seen this stuff in real life?
I was desensitized because, like, when somebody die in my neighborhood, they talk about them for about a week, and then it's over. It's over. Like, it's over. They go get T-shirts made. They talk about him for about a week, and then the shit is over. Like he never existed. You know what I'm saying? So it's never really no mourning to where they make you remember this person. Once he dies, it's like, oh, nigga dead. You know what I'm saying? And that's just, as fucked up as that may sound, that's just Baton Rouge, man. Niggas die every day in my city, man. My homeboy just died last night. Last night. Rest in peace, One Way L. Excuse me. My homeboy just died last night at a corner store. At a corner store I used to hustle in front of. And he just died last night. And to be honest with you, I ain't even cried yet. And that was one of my real friends. Like, me and this nigga done some shit that could've got us life in Angola, you know what I'm saying? And he just got shot to death. And I ain't even cry yet, you know what I'm saying? Cause, like, I don't know, I don't wanna sound fucked up, like I just ain't got no feelings, cause I do got feelings, you understand me? But once you live in that certain lifestyle, like what the fuck could you do to make me feel some type, like you can't do nothing. Like what the fuck could you do to scare me or make me do nothing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Then I was watching this interview with Boosie. Shout out to Boosie Badass. You hear me? I was watching the interview with Boosie and this nigga made a statement that I disagreed with. He made a statement and he said, you can't be a gangster and a rapper at the same time. But I do this shit every day. Like, this is my life. This is who I am. I live like this every day. You know what I'm saying? I wake up and grab a gun and go to the block before I go to the studio. You know what I'm saying? So I disagree with that. And I know Boosie, you know what I'm saying? I grew up on this nigga, you know what I'm saying? This nigga was rapping and trapping, he was rapping and in the streets. He was doing that shit, you know what I'm saying? He might not be doing it now, but he was doing that shit, you know what I'm saying? So I disagree with that. I disagree with that. He just fucked around, slipped up and got caught on some murder indictments and shit, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't lying, if you a gangster, you a gangster. Ain't no shortcuts. Ain't no way around that shit. How fuck you a gangster one day and the next day you a pastor? That mean you wasn't really no gangster. Not saying gangsters can't change, cause people change every day, but I'm in this shit for life, man. I represent 3 letters. SDA, Str8 Drop Allstars. This shit tatted on my arm. Str8 Drop Allstars. I'ma die for this shit. I'm a gangster. I'ma die for this shit, you know what I'm saying? And that's just my way of life, man. That's just how I'm living, man. I ain't never had nothing. Like, I'm not one of them niggas that came in the game with a bag and was like, niggas ready to give me handouts and shit. You know what I'm saying? I came in the game with nothing. You know what I'm saying? I worked my way up. You know what I'm saying? I grind and I hustle to get where I'm at. That go back to what I said about the industry niggas that be rapping about that gangster shit, but that's not really them. Ask any of them niggas about me, man. Ask Moneybagg Yo about me. Ask Young Boy about me. Ask Scotty about me. Ask Mr. Kane about me. Ask Scotty Kane about me, man. Ask them niggas, man. I pull up on them niggas with bags. I pull up on them niggas with real, street money, man. I pull up on them niggas with bags like, what up? Let's do business. You know what I'm saying? And, niggas way of life and niggas way of thinking just be different. But I walk by the faith, I walk by the faith of God. And I really believe whatever gonna happen, that was supposed to happen. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I live. That's my lifestyle. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. No, would I ever leave Louisiana? No. Not saying I won't, excuse me. Not saying I won't go buy a house in Atlanta or some shit like that, but my whole family is Louisiana. My whole family depend on me. I'm the breadwinner in my family. So if I leave Baton Rouge, it's like I walked out on my family. I walked out on the people who made me who I am today. And if I do that, I can't live with myself.
We're talking about biological family or people you call family that's not biologically related?
I'm talking about both. Biological family, and if you do something with me that can take our life or have us in the penitentiary for the rest of our life, you my family, because I trusted you with my life. You know what I'm saying? You don't trust just anybody with your life. You know what I'm saying? So if I done some shit with you that could have took our life away from us, we family, we tied in for life now. Because now you know something about me that don't nobody else know. You know what I'm saying? So we family. It's blood in, blood out of this shit. You hear me? I'm going to die with Str8 Drop. I'm going to die with the niggas I was on the block with. You know what I'm saying? That's my family. And that's just how I'm built. You know what I'm saying? DJ, that's just how I'm built. That's just how I'm coming. That's how I was raised, and I don't know no other way.